Unfortunately, wrestling legends Bushwhacker Luke and Tommy Dreamer weren't available today, but you can meet them at the Chinlock Wrestling Show at Fort Henry on May 10th. And to tell us about this event, my guest is Jan Murphy, CEO of Chinlock Wrestling. Tell me about this event that's coming up on May 10th.
10 years ago, I helped organize an event for someone. They were looking to do something around Christmas time to raise some money. I knew at that point I had wrestling connections, so I introduced this person with a promoter that was running shows here in Kingston. Long story short, it was going to fall apart. So when she reached back out to me to say it wasn't going to happen, I felt because I made that introduction that I really needed to help see it through. So I made a bunch of calls while I was driving back from New York City to some of my friends in the wrestling realm that I had from years of covering it for the Wig Standard and being around pro wrestling. Made a bunch of calls and we were able to save that show. We raised, at that time it was like $1,400 for this charity around Christmas time. And it just felt so good. I was like, let's do it again.
And again,
so
and
we
again.
did it again and again and again. And here we are in our 10th year.
10 years later. Now this one is going to be at Fort Henry, right there in the parade ground.
Right in the parade square, yep. We have what we call the Legends of Wrestling meet and greet first in the morning. So we have a handful of legendary wrestlers coming for that, and then...
So what is that? What is the
So that's a chance for people to come and meet legends, like WWE legends, people who've been in the business. So Tommy, you mentioned Tommy Dreamer, Bushwhacker Luke, those are two of our guests. We have a longtime WWE referee, Jimmy Corderas, who lives in Toronto. We have a guy by the name of Sin Bodhi, who was in WWE for a while as well. And our big one, of course, is the Godfather, who also was known as Papa Shango. And we have Moose as well, who works for TNA Wrestling. So we have those folks coming in. You get a chance to get an autograph from them and get a photo op with them. That happens in the morning.
So that's a special ticket. There's only a limited number of
those. That's right. There's a limited number of those tickets. We've done these kind of legend meet and greets. This is the third time where we've done it, where we bring more than one. We've brought single wrestling legends in. We brought Ricky Steamboat in, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And in 2019, we did a big one with like 9 legends, including Bret the Hitman Hart. And we did one in Tynanega Mohawk territory in 2023, where we brought a bunch of folks in as well. So
how many actual wrestlers will be performing?
So at the show itself, which will happen after the Legends event, we will have probably 35 wrestlers taking place in 8 different matches. The big thing, of course, will be that we have the return of the Chinlock Rumble, which is an event we've done, I'm going to say 4 or 5 times over the years. That's like the Royal Rumble in WWE, where 2 people start in the ring and then every 90 seconds another person comes out, and the only way you can be eliminated is by being thrown over the top rope and both of your feet hitting the floor. And whoever's left in the end, that's the winner. And this year, for this event, that will crown our new Chinlock heavyweight champion. So we're pretty excited about that. Our other champion got seriously injured last year and is unable to perform, so he had to forfeit the title. So we put it up for grabs in the Rumble. So that's an exciting part.
For anybody out there that's seen WWE on TV, they can attend this event live and get the same kind of atmosphere and wild costumes.
Absolutely.
And people...
Music, the pomp, the pageantry, and all the fun. I just came back from Las Vegas last week. I was down for WrestleMania 41. And it's hard not to be inspired watching, these folks, because the people who work for us, that's what they want to do with the rest of their lives. They want to move up from amateur pro wrestling.
To the big time.
They call it independent pro wrestling because you're basically an independent contractor. They want to make it. And the only way to make it is this is one of the ways to make it, is by working the independent scene, getting seen. Now, some of these guys will get seen by Tommy Dreamer, by the Godfather, by people who have influence in the business, right?
So they may be recruited
right, they might catch somebody's attention.
It's kind of like they're auditioning.
Yeah, and we'll have a bunch of other matches with championships on the line. We have a tag team championship match. We have a There's my late brother. We have a title in his honor, the Cale Murphy Memorial Championship. That will be defended. Some of our legends will compete in matches, which we always try to do. Tommy Dreamer will take on Moose in our main event, which should be an amazing match. Sin Bodhi will be wrestling on that card against Tarek, who's a fantastic wrestler out of Toronto. We have Sean Murphy, who's a Kingston-born rising star in professional wrestling. He's coming home to be part of this event, so it's very exciting.
And this event, all ages?
All ages. We are family friendly. We don't. That's the thing with us, because we've always been charitable. This has always been a charitable wrestling company. We always support a charity with our show. So we've never served alcohol or anything like that, and we try to make it all ages and fun. That's been a big thing about Chinlock.
And the tickets are very affordable. Anybody can come out and see the show?
Yep, $20 tickets to sit in the bleachers. You can, for a little bit more, you can sit down on the floor. I think we're down to 10 front row seats left. The Legends event you can buy a separate ticket for, and that includes an autograph and a photo op with each of our legends. Tickets available at chinlockwrestling.com. We will have some at the door because, again, it's a nice big venue. We're not really constricted by like the way we are at Boys and Girls Club, where we run most of our shows now, right? We can only fit so many people into that gym.
Okay, well, Jen, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure.